In today's video 1-2, we will be working with order of operations and evaluating expressions. By the end of the video and work time in class, you should be able to say, I can simplify expressions using the order of operations. For vocabulary, first we have power. A power has two parts. It has a base and it has an exponent. The exponent tells you how many times to use the base as a factor. The base is the number that is multiplied, which is the factor. An example here, 2 to the 4th power. That is a power. The exponent is the 4. It's telling us how many times to multiply 2, which is the base, by itself. So we have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 to give us 16. What is the simplified form of each expression? Well, 10 to the 5th power means you're doing 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. We also know that when we do 10 to the 5th power, it's essentially a 1 with 5 zeros. Put your comma in to represent the periods, and that helps us read the number correctly. That would be 100,000. 0.2 I have in parentheses, and we're raising that to the 4th power. So that would be 0.2 times 0.2 times 0.2 times 0.2, which is going to give us 0.0016. So circle our answers. Order of operations. Now, in elementary school, they start us with PEMDAS. And we use please excuse my dear Aunt Sally to help us remember the order. So let's go over that. P is for perform any operations inside grouping symbols like parentheses. That's where we get the P. We just don't always deal with parentheses. You can see we have brackets here. These are brackets, braces, and we also will use the division bar. Simplify powers, that's our E, our exponents. Multiply and divide from left to right. The M and the D go together. We go from left to right. And same with add and subtract from left to right. Whatever comes first. Addition, subtraction from left to right in the problem. What is the simplified form of each expression? So these are expressions, once again, because they do not have equal signs. 9 minus 3 is in parentheses squared divided by 4. So we're going to follow PEMDAS, the order of operations. In the parentheses, we would have 6. We do the exponent, 6 squared, which gives us 36. And 36 divided by 4 gives us 9. Show your work, circle your answer. Start with the parentheses. Rewrite the problem out. Exponents, 2 to the 5th power is going to give us, which is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which gives you 25. I'm sorry, not 25. I'm looking at our other problem here. 32, or the other next number, it's 32 plus 25. Let's see here. And the board is not letting me write. There we go. Plus 25 divided by 5. Then we work with multiplication or division from left to right. We have division to work out. So we do 32 plus 25 divided by 5, which is 5. And finish with the addition. 32 plus 5 gives you 37. Circle your answer. What is the value of each expression for x equals 3 and y equals 4? We still have expressions, but they're algebraic expressions. We know, we see variables. We're going to replace the variables with the values. X, we're going to say is 3, so we have 3 squared plus 2 times x, which is 3, plus 16 divided by y, which is 4 squared. So we're going to start with, for PEMDAS here, I'm going to rewrite that. We know that we're working with our parentheses first, but the parentheses here are just here to separate the base from the powers, and for multiplication with the 2 times 3 there. So we don't have anything to simplify inside parentheses, so we're done with the P. E is exponents, so we have 3 squared and 4 squared. Then we're going to multiply and divide from left to right. We see we have 2 times 3, and 16 divided by 16 is 1. And then we have addition and subtraction from left to right. So we have 15 plus 1, and so that's going to give us 16, and that would be simplified. The next problem here, x plus y in parentheses, and we're squaring. Replace the x with 3, the y with 4. We're squaring. Inside the parentheses first, and then exponents to give us 49. What is an expression for the spending money you have left after depositing 1/4 of your wages in savings? Evaluate the expression for the weekly wages of $40, $60, $80, and $100. So if you're depositing 1/4 into savings, that means for spending money, you have 3/4, because that 1/4 and 3/4 gives you all your money. So if you're putting 1/4 away, you have 3/4 in your pocket to spend. So 3/4 of your wages is what you're spending. So that would be our algebraic expression. So we do 3/4. For example, the first one we do 3/4 times 40, which if you look as rational numbers, I can reduce 4 and 40. 3 times 10 is 30, so $30. If you do 3/4 times 60, you end up with $45. If you do 3/4 times 80, you end up with $60. And 3/4 out of the 100, we know is $75. So we have 2 answers here. Here's our expression, and here's the amount for the different amounts of weekly wages. Can you say, I can simplify expressions using the order of operations? Please summarize today's lesson in 2 to 3 sentences. Do you have any questions, and what are they?